let's begin today's class. My name is Alex. This is Thursday core, and these are our supports that we're going to be using for our 5-pointed star. So whether it's a bolster or a wobble cushion, the choice is completely yours. Placing it underneath your hips, get into a comfortable way, soles of the feet onto the floor, right? Making sure everything is nice and comfortable. Spread open those arms, relax those legs, take a couple deep breaths, and let's start with 3 full breaths in, full breaths out. Push that belly button all the way down toward the spine. Inhale. Right belly gets happy, happy Buddha belly. Exhale. Down, 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 down. Last one, inhale. Full happy Buddha belly. Feel, feel, feel. And then exhale, push belly button down. Good. And I want you to remember that feeling for the remainder of the class. As we talk about long, deep breathing, long and peaceful, short and sweet, this is where its origin starts, right? Trying to bring the breath all the way into the body and all the way out. All right, perfect. Let's move into a 5-pointed star. Open up everything now. Good, and now from here, gently and slowly, squeeze glutes, release. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, hold the breath. Hold in breath, bring your arms up overhead, stretch back, reach back, twinkle fingers like stars, point the toes, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep squeezing the glutes, lift the legs up, exhale, relax everything. Good, beautiful work. Hands up to the side, slowly, slowly, bring your feet to touch the floor, and then slowly, slowly, bring them back up towards your chest. And as you do this, you're moving through the hips. So it's all about the hips here. Hips come down, hips come up, right? And we're working through. My hands are just showing you what my tailbone is doing, right? That's what I want to feel. Just up and down as we bring our knees in towards our chest, toe tap toward the ground. Again, don't forget to breathe. Despite the teachings, right? The teachings, and I say despite the teachings, you're always breathing. So even as I'm teaching, I'm breathing. So the awareness of the breath is the most important part of our practice. That's why for certain sections of the practice, you'll just hear me teaching, just in that constant flow, aware of the breath, aware of the teaching, right? That's where the breath, it's its quill. And then sometimes I just breathe with you to kind of get into that momentum and movement. So you see, it's not mechanical. It's not like I just bring my legs up and down with each breath. Pushing belly button all the way down towards us. Good, feel. Remember, in this class, we focus on quality, not quantity. So it's all about duration, right? It's not how many reps we do, it's how long we can do it for, right? We want to endure, and we want to endure with gratitude. And that's really what our practice is. When we endure with gratitude, we start to receive some of that reward based off of all this hard work and effort. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue the movement. Don't stop. Now we're going into straight legs. Just nice and easy, just like we did before. Just going into straight legs and coming back. I like to imagine that my heels and hips connect And then when I curl out, I curl my toes and then back in to the point. Curl, point. So it's just a little technical level. Again, the most important thing is the breathing, because that will help with that stability. Feel the elongation, right? From the upper back to the lower back, all the way out through the thighs, through the shins, through the heels, through the toes, all the way out and through. Remember, an exact science is never an exact science. And so as a yogi, you're exploring this experiment, right? As an experience. Whoo, feels good. Good, focus, feel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Move your feet around and then start to kick. And as you start to kick, just relax, right? Your hands are just at your side, just kicking the hips. Kicking the hips with your heels. And then stretching out the legs a little bit more, but you're always kicking your hips. Good. Feel, feel, feel. For 10. It's like bicycling, just a little different. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bicycle. Open it up now. Feel. Ah, nice. Feel, feel, feel. For 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now from bicycle, full treading water. Go nice and slow. Start to open it up into different areas, not just up and down, right? When we tread water, we make little circles from the inside or circles from the outside. I guess that's to the inside. That would be to the outside, right? But again, just moving those legs as if you were swimming in a lake, right? We don't want to swim in the ocean. That's too easy, right? In a lake, in fresh water. Being Canadians, we know all about that. Beautiful. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here comes the best part. 5-pointed star. Relax. Deep breath in. Exhale, side out. Good. Inhale, Brahmari. Inhale. Hold the breath. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. And exhale. Beautiful. Little circles now. As we make our little circles, move around. It's all about the freestyle of movement. I like to really work into a twist here. So going from left to right, as my knees go right, I look left. As my knees go left, I look right. Just slowly starting to work through. Ooh, that base of the spine. Nice circles. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other direction. Let it flow. Let it go. We're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Ah, so good. And 1. Fantastic. Bring the knees into the chest a few times. And then moving out to the insides of the legs, the outsides of the feet. Grab hold. Happy baby. And just let it flow, let it go. I like to move around my happy baby one leg at a time. Stretch out those hamstrings. Ah. prepping for our forward fold. First one of the day. Good, guys. Moving and grooving for 10. Feel. 9. Flatten out that spine. Feel, feel, feel. Stretching out through the hamstrings. Feel, feel, feel. The more we know, the more we flow, right? Let go, let be, and just receive. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Lift your hips up high. Bring the wobble cushion or bolster, that which we call the support, to your lower back, to the upper back. Kick legs straight, tuck chin. Notice how that brings the fulcrum, lifts me up. And then I reach towards my feet and walk my hips back. Beautiful work, guys. That's it. Nice and easy. And this is our first forward fold of the day, which feels great. Right, so keep it nice and easy. Remember, we focus on 3 levels here. First level is the legs. Second level is the lower back. Third level is the internal organs. At the beginning of today's class, we talked about how by pushing the belly button back, every time we go into forward fold is a chance for you to experience this. And again, experience it for yourself, which is what this experiment is all about. You as the scientist are conducting an experiment on yourself. This experiment on yourself is what we call practice, and practice is experience. And so the knowledge of experience equals wisdom, and that's the longevity of our practice. Beautiful work, guys. And you'll notice too that I bring in the elbows, working through the elbows, and again, relaxing the head, letting it go, letting it flow, working through that forward fold. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brahmari, deep breath in. Push that belly button all the way back towards the spine. Really massage those organs. And slowly, slowly come up. Beautiful. So again, it's all about calming, right? Cooling the body through those forward folds. All right. So using your support, bring it towards your lower back and then lie down. Once lie down, we're in a perfect position. We call this J curve, right? Or candy cane. It's known as. Don't want to lose you guys too much. There you go. Perfect. All right. So here we are. We're in our beautiful J curve. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor so you get into a nice position and just start to work your way toward your elbows. Right? Nice and easy. So we're just working our way nice and easy toward our elbows. Just coming up and down. Good. And as you do this up and down, you might start to make your way towards your armpits. Even better. Right? That's how we work towards our crow. Right? And then even further, all the way up into the armpits. Good. You can start to go back and then drop your chin and look towards the back wall for a fish. You can even stay there for a moment. But when you're ready to come up, first chin, then arms. Notice I haven't even lifted yet. Now I lift using what? My core, right? My abdomen. Everything that supports my spine, nose to toes. And why are we doing this is because we want to work our way towards not needing the support. But the support is wonderful, right? The support keeps you going. The support, allows you to maybe get a little bit more enjoyment out of all this hard work than if you didn't have it, right? Still can do it, just a whole lot harder, all right? So keeping that support. We'll get to there by the end of class, not to worry. Something to look forward to. But at first, let's start to form and mold everything to that, correct or right position. And again, remembering the beginning of my yogic journey, it was so important to get things right or to do it correctly. But over time, you start to realize that's a very subjective statement, what that means. what is right for you may not be right for anybody. So no other body, right? That's just right for you, not right for anyone else. And so we try and fit ourselves into the posture rather than the posture into ourselves. And that's what this is all about. We're working our core, right? We're learning how to do our sit-up, our version. My job is just to expand it and show the range, right? From the armpit all the way down to the crown of the head. It's an interesting endpoint. It's an interesting origin. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you come up, legs straight, reach for your toes, and notice the difference. Is there a difference? If there is, fantastic, right? If not, we're working toward that difference, and that difference is known as progression. We're progressing with our stretching, right? But we're also progressing by stretching our consciousness or stretching our mind, as it was taught to me by my teacher, Uncle Jeff, right? When we stretch the body, we don't think that we're also simultaneously stretching the mind. And that's really important because in yoga, the mind is the body and the body is the mind. Therefore, when we stretch the body, we are ultimately always stretching the mind. And as we stretch the mind, that same flexibility and stability, last week we described it as elasticity, right? That's what's going to keep us healthy. That's what's going to keep us strong. That's what's going to keep us flexible. It's a one word, elasticity. Can you be elastic? Because being flexible is one thing, right? But being elastic has a bit of a dynamic to it, right? There is strength underpinning an elastic. It just needs the right pull. And so as you feel this pull, right, you're feeling the elasticity of your connective tissue, right? That coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, feeling, and where those limits are, where that range of motion lies as you explore. Good, we're gonna go even deeper, maybe past what we can physically see by closing our eyes and doing one strong Brahmari. And this Brahmari is gonna echo through every cell in our body, every neuron in our brains. Deep breath in. Beautiful work. Slowly coming up. Wonderful. Again, we're going to take that J curve. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And this time, what we're going to do is we're going to go upward. So I'm going to up. So what happens here is my heart is coming toward my knee. So rather than following this track and kind of holding that forward fold the whole time, now we're going up and bringing the chest towards the knees. Good, guys. Chest towards the knees. Chest towards the knees. Good. If you don't like your hands up in the air because it's a little difficult, you can put it behind your head or bring your elbows in, bring them here. Or of course you can always just keep them on the ground and just slide in and out. This feels really good too because it keeps you in a powerful curl. But upward, gotta push that heart forward, and that's the goal here. Good. 10. 9. 8. Good. 7. Push that heart forward, push that heart back. 6. Heart back. Heart forward. 5. Breathe it. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Forward fold. Right over top of those toes. Walk those hips back. Drop that head down. Get into a good way. Right? What is a good way? Well, what's a good way is what is good for you. Right? I can tell you, but really that's just my telling of it. Right? It's just my story. And so what we want to figure out is what is that for us? Right? What is the good way for us? What is that balance that I was describing about, that I called elasticity? What is that? between flexibility or stretching, right, and strengthening or working out, right? What is that balance between the two? And that's what we're exploring. Good. One Brahmari, deep breath in. Good, fantastic. Slowly, slowly coming back up. And let's come back onto our support and get into a good position once again. So now we're here again. We're still in our curled position, side to side. So as I go side to side, I'm reaching and I'm stretching. I'm using those obliques, right? Side to side, side to side. Want to make it harder on yourself? Try to go side to side and touch your ankles with your elbows. Go gadget elbows, right? Yoga elbows. May take another lifetime to get there, but the fun part is enjoying the journey toward there, right? Side to side, side to side. And that gets hard, right? You can go back to the hands, right? Just change it up on yourself. Remember, we give in, we don't give up. You need to relax a little bit, feel free. But remember, it's all about the timing, right? Keep that flow, right, going. As you keep the flow going, right, that momentum carries you. And once you get tuned in with the breath, everything just keeps happening, right? We want to push it. We want to progress. But again, we don't want to force anything. We don't want to fix anything. We want to allow and accept the alignment to naturally unfold. So as we go side to side, what does it feel like left side? What does it feel right side, right? Oh, good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't worry, best part, we don't even have to come up. Just use your heart on that bolster or on that wobble cushion. Relax, let the support release all that energy. Stretch out one leg, stretch out the other leg. Again, roll onto the left side, roll onto the right side, right? Just move and groove. Really, really important. Especially for those vertebrae in the lumbar to thoracic spine. They get really fixated. So when we want to break that fixation, spend the time, just like in yin, when we spend those 1-minute freestyles, right? Really figuring out just how we feel, what's going on in our body, and creating that smooth movement, right? That integrity mixed with intensity that we called intensity. Intensity. There's a word for it. It's intensity. It's combined together. It eludes me right now, but we're going to pair that move with our next move. Same kind of a feeling. Hands, piano keys. Hands, piano keys. So now it's like side to side, but now we're reaching. Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. Of course, we're the Toronto Raptors over here, so we like dinosaur hands. And of course, gets us nice and strong through our obliques again, side to side. Right, side to side. And you can imagine how hard this would be without the support. So really enjoy it. And no matter how hard the movement gets, just keep being thankful for the fact that you have a support. Because without the support, oh boy, if this hurts now, it's going to hurt a lot more if we release it. Right, side to side. Feel. You notice I just did a little adjustment because I want to cut up and down a little bit more. So I just wanted my support to be a little closer. Sometimes it runs away. So having it right there, right? And then being able to drop down and come up, drop down and come up is even harder, right? Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and again, best part, relax it out. And again, spend another minute just enjoying. Roll around. Get to learn your support. Ah, right? Push back. Lift your hips. Right? Ground yourself on that object. Use it as a way to create leverage or a fulcrum so that you can get in between the cracks, right? And like Leonard Cohen said, you know, the cracks is how the light gets in. So without the suffering, without the dukkha, you can't have the sweetness. You can't have what we call joy or sukha, right? Sweetness. That's the feeling right now. We want to transform, right? The mud into the lotus, right? This whole nature of transformation. The coal into the diamond. Oh, spectacular. All right, guys, slowly coming up. Reach for your toes. Walk your hips back. Nice stretch here, forward fold. Feel what we've just created for yourself. Right, especially as we roll around on the ground in that freestyle-like position, we really get all that sensation of liberation through the body and, of course, realization in the mind. Right? We're here for ourselves. We're here to center ourselves. We're here to be our truth, right? To live our truth, right? To accept the things we cannot change and the courage, right? To change the things we can. And of course, this whole practice, especially if it is a daily practice for you, is the wisdom to know the difference, right? When you're doing this every day in some form, yoga practice, meditation practice, when you get to the yoga, the experience of yoga, when you get to the experience of meditation, that's when everything gets clear. Because that's where you have now taken all that separates you, all that hurts you, all that pains you from inside and out, all people, all places, and it all gets settled into one moment, this moment. And in this moment, there is only being. And that meaning of being is our greatest freedom. That meaning of being is our greatest freedom. So let's do one Brahmari and really echo our own being, our own presence within this present moment throughout our body. Deep breath in. Awesome, spectacular. Slowly coming back. Again, onto our support. This time we're going to work with our legs a little bit. So left leg is going to be bent, right leg straight. Lift the right leg up and down. And as you lift the right leg up and down, put your hands on the ground and see if you could bring not your heart forward, right? You want to keep your curl. You want to imagine that your knee is coming toward your forehead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep curling. 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful work, guys, and 1, good. Relax, feel, switch legs, right? Just let it move around a little bit. That can be quite hard, right? Again, same thing on this leg. Readjust, make sure you're in the same position as before so you get the same feeling on both sides. And again, as that leg stays straight, curl your toes to keep it straight, and then slowly bring that forehead and knee towards each other. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You don't like this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Nicely done, guys. Whoo! Right? And again, feeling every time we revisit the forward fold, we get to re-experience the posture in a new way. And why? Because this posture is very calming, very cooling, very integrating, right? So it allows for that permanent change to occur. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're seeking, right? The seeker is becoming sought. We are becoming known through the practice of knowing ourselves. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, which is the combination of all three. Good. 1 Brahmari. Deep breath in. nice, fantastic. Good. Slowly, slowly remove your support. Don't worry, it's not gonna be that hard. Hands on your knees, get into a good position. Okay, lean back, come forward. Now we worked on this too, so this can be really nice. It's almost like a massage, right, as we roll through the sit bones. But what you wanna be doing is heart back. Notice my heart is back. Whoa, right, not too far, right? Because if you go too far, then you end up in the rock, which is fine. If you end up falling too far back, just rock and come up, and then forward. So the heart is coming almost in between the legs. I can't, but I'm working on it, right? Trying to stretch it forward, and then back, and then forward. Good, that's what we're doing. That's the first part of this sequence. Good, forward and back. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work, guys. Coming forward, forward fold. Feel how that feels. Nice light little break. Push into it a little bit more. Notice the sensations in the body. Notice that your heart, even from your forward fold, can come forward or back. So hold on to something and go heart forward, heart back. Heart forward, heart back. And strangely enough, this is using your core. It's not about my head. It's about my heart. Good. 10. Feel that undulating movement. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Deep breath in, Brahmari to clear. Awesome. Slowly, slowly coming back up. We're going to do the same move, this time a little different. So walk those hips a little bit in. Grab hold of the knees. And now as we pull back, now I want you to let go. And now lift yourself up. If at any point it gets too hard, just hold on again. But I like to just put my hands here. And that was how I got started. Because again, it just anchors me. It anchors me to the knee. Once I let go, now I lose that proprioception. Notice my hand starts going forward and back, right? Which is fine. But here it's nice because now it all seems like it's doing what it should be doing, right? Heart back, heart forward, heart back, heart forward. And again, you're not holding, you're just putting a little pressure. You can bring those knees together, right? You can bring those knees together and just put that pressure on and just go forward and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, whoop, there we go. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lie down on the ground. Oh, 5-pointed star. Woo, best part, right? The relaxing part. And just lie down. If it doesn't feel good to open up the legs, just bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And just allow yourself to stretch out, reach out, squeeze glutes, release glutes, and breathe for a minute. Good. Ground yourself. Imagine as if you had gold inside you, which you do, right? It's all non-separate. So atomically, that exists within us. And then now imagine you're sifting with the breath to find that gold, right? No different than the gold rush at the Klondike, the old days of sifting through the river and finding gold, right? We are that river. We are that gold. And we are the one doing the sifting. And you'll notice you'll stop doing the squeeze glutes release after a while because there won't be any tension in there. And if there still is, try again. Like I said, just bring your feet to the floor and notice the flattening out. That might help you out a lot. Okay, so either way, a couple more seconds here. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in, arms up over top of your head. Stretch back, reach back, and then hold the breath. Soles of the feet to the floor, and exhale on the ground. Good. Curl the tailbone. Drop the tailbone. Curl the tailbone. Drop the tailbone. Curl the tailbone. Drop the tailbone, right? So I'm curling, and that's going to lead to the push. I come down, I curl it in the other way. Good. Right? Feel. My arms are just showing you what my tailbone is doing. Right? If I was doing this, I would just be doing it with my arms in different positions. Try it out, the feeling, right? The stretch. Because if you imagine, right, we've done this pose before standing up, right? This is where we go up on our toes and rest our hips on our heels. We usually put our hands here, but we could always lift our hands up, right? So this is great practice for that. Fantastic. Good. Feel. Moving our way into bridge. Slowly, slowly. We've talked about bridge, how powerful of a core move it is, because to get those hips forward is really hard for a lot of people. And so getting the hips forward is really important, because if we don't use it, we lose it. And so now with the hips up, slowly, slowly bring your elbows down and keep pushing your hips up higher and higher and higher. And just pulse and pulse for 10, 9, lift, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Lower down to the ground, lift up, and then bring your hands underneath and stretch up even higher. Same thing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release those arms, and 1. Lower down on the ground. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Feel, right? That flattening of the lumbar spine. Ooh, feels good. You can feel it because your connective tissue is all nice and sensitive. So it comes, the sensation comes and goes, but never leaves. It's strong in the body right now. It's being worked. Good, fantastic. Rolling onto left or right side. Come onto your abdomen and right away into your Sphinx pose. So elbows on the ground, open up those legs, nice and wide. Let everything shuffle, let everything relax down on the ground, right? And then you crawl down, relax on the floor. And then lift yourself back up. Crawl up, whether with straight arms or in Sphinx with bent arms. And then crawl back down. Change your gaze, look left, look right. And then again, crawl up. Come up high. And then back down. Good, and one more time. Crawling up, feeling, and back down. And we're gonna do the same with the legs this time. We're gonna lift up just a little bit and then back down. Good, and we're just gonna lift up a little bit and then back down. Right, and it's really good if you put your forehead on the ground. Lift up a little bit. Pulse, 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 back down. Good, lift up a little bit. Back down. One more time. Lift up a little bit. And back down. Good. When you're ready, heels towards the hips. We worked on this earlier. If you're reaching towards your ankles, this is where you're going to be. You're going to lift up from here. That's the first position. Second position, grab hold of those ankles, and then you keep lifting up. It's the same pose. And now the third level, kick, 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 kick. And all that strength of lifting comes through the kicking. Breathe. Your knees can come together or apart, totally up to you, but you're kicking up through that ankle. Good, for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful work, guys. Slowly coming down. Push up and back into child's pose. I like to take puppy dog just for a little bit. Rock it out side to side, and then slowly come into child's pose. But you can stay here for as long as you like, right? Just puppy dog. Feels really good on the hips. And then over time, slowly start to drop the heart, drop the forehead, and coming down. All right, we work hard, but we rest harder, which is really important in this class. All right, and taking all the breaks we need. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, nor will our yoga practice, right? It takes time. It takes devotion. It takes knowledge. It takes practice. Good, slowly coming up. Hands down on the ground. You can be on your fists if you have wrist issues, but hands on the ground, lift your knees. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know I got a few laughs at a few of you. We haven't done that one in a while. Good. Reach back, saddle. Oh. Right, not too far. No need to go too far unless you can. Right, for some of you, you could probably just drop all the way down to the ground. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want you to do that, but if you can do that, feel free. But again, if you're coming down slowly. Then onto your forearms, right, and then all the way down to the ground. That feels right. Right, but again, whatever posture you're in, let it flow, let it go. And slowly coming up. Let's find our way into squat. Curl our toes behind us and then shoot back into squat and then forward and back. Try and get those ankles towards the floor. That's what we're working on. Slowly, bringing it back. Bringing it back nice and slowly. Right, feel. And then when you're ready and you feel like you have it, let's not go into it yet. Let's do that one we just did on the floor. Right, coming up on your toes, right? Up on your toes, right? And then reach your arms all the way up. Now I'm gonna lose you in the camera, so I'm gonna try and come back a little bit. All right, here we go. So I'm on my toes. Here I am. This is the way we usually do it, as we said. And then lift your arms up. Right, there it is. That's the one we were doing on the ground. Good, 10, 9, bounce, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, best part, 1, drop your hands down, forward fold. Relax, legs straight, shuffle those hips side to side, side to side. Good, bend the right knee, keep moving, side to side, lock the left leg straight, just feel what it feels like. Just do it on one side. Good, now switch to the other. Bend the left knee, move that right hip around, side to side. Good, and coming up. Now, when we come up, I'm gonna stay low. You guys can watch your screen, obviously. I'm going to show you how we're gonna get into our horse stance. Beautiful. So, here we are. Heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. So 5 steps, that gets us out in a horse stance. We go from straight legs to bent knees. And again, straight legs to bent knees, how far you can go determines how often you practice this move. We've been practicing it for a few weeks now. Up and down. Just feel. Open up that gate. Remember, the knees go this way. When they come out, you want to push them out super wide. You want to open up your stance. Ooh, right? Think sumo, think energy, right? Think reaching through the earth, grabbing hold and pulling up to your hips and then reaching down, releasing, back straight, pulling all the way up into your hips, nice and strong. Good. If that's too much, right? Just go nice and slow or take breaks. Feel. I love going all the way down and squat. Oh, it's like hugging a horse, right? You're on your horse, now you hug your horse. I love horsey. Right, come back up. Ooh, good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, best part, 1. Slowly, slowly make your way into squat. Don't think, just do. Good, I'm gonna adjust the screen in just a second, but just showing you where I want you to be right now. Just in your squat, relax now, right? Let that energy compress in your body, get all nice and intense, right? Intensity and integrity together as one word, right? That's what we're working toward, right? Feel. Be aware of the feeling. Calm your heart rate down. Right, just feel your system just slowly, slowly coming down, 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 relaxing. Might be feeling a lot of strong sensation in those hips. That's good, because our next position is going to be the Shavasana, and that's going to feel great. So give yourself a moment, right, to really enjoy this. I know it's tough. I know it's hard, especially after coming after our horse stance. But again, we can't get stronger unless we break through, right? We don't want to break down. So again, giving yourself all the pauses, all the breaks that you need. In the meantime, 10 more breaths. Full in, full out. Show yourself that you can endure with gratitude. That's 8. 7, all the way in, all the way out. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful work, guys. Best part. Come out. Stretch your legs out straight. As you lie down, relax. And sigh it out. Remember, if it's too much, just bring the soles of the feet to the floor and just relax it out a little bit. Sometimes that lower back can have a lot of tension. You need to release it before you get into Shavasana. Again, I feel great, so I'm ready for the full legs out, 5-pointed star. Here we go, feeling. And when you have this feeling, right, close your eyes, you go inside and you start to explore the inner landscape of the heart. Right, the heart is the balancing junction between the head and the hips. And so our spine runs from the tailbone all the way through the crown. So the heart is really the nexus point. And so breathing here, feeling here, just everything center around your heart. If you need some extra help with that, just place your hands on your heart. Give it that extra sensation, right? To tell the brain that this is the area you're focusing on. Right? No difference than with Reiki hands or healing hands. Right? You don't heal someone's foot by putting your hand on their head, right? You can, of course, in consciousness. But ultimately, for physical healing or Reiki, right, if there's a problem in the foot, we go towards the foot, right, to work on that energetic sequence, right? Same with ourselves. We're giving ourselves Reiki. We're giving ourselves healing when we take on Shavasana with this intention, right? To be our best self, to be our own healer, to be our own friend, to be our own partner, right? To be our own support. And that's really, really important. And so we extend out to other things, people, objects, to support us. But ultimately, as you've experienced through this class, all that external support is guiding the internal strength and stability. And that is the wisdom of yourself. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, side out. Let's get to the depths of who and what we really are through our Shavasana by doing one strong Brahmari to open it up. Deep breath in. Right, breathing here, feeling here, just connecting with this moment. For there's only this moment. As we close our eyes, go inside, we start to feel the timelessness. The more spiritual the experience is, the less time there is because there's less mind. Mind and time seem to go together. The one watches the other. The one is aware of the other. And I would say it goes in both directions. Right? Time is the impersonal, right? What we experience as that time is the personal, right? We're bound to it within it. And that's why we say yoga is not chronological, because it frees yourself from time. You become timeless in time, right? We free ourselves of aging or ageism, right? There's no such thing as young or old in yoga, right? It's more about innocence and awakenedness, right? And even love, right? Wisdom comes through practice. Wisdom comes through devotion, not assigned by age, right? But practice, experience. And that's what age should be, but in our culture, it's not. And so in our Shavasana, we really have to forgive all that cannot be forgotten, right? We have to forgive all that cannot be forgotten. And sometimes, in many ways, the practice is teaching us how to unlearn all that we have learned. Because through unlearning, we free ourselves of the pre-programs, the samskaras, right? Some that serve us, but some that don't serve us. And so our Shavasana is a time to really just breathe and be with ourselves. Full integration, full synthesis, where we experience the breath nose to toes, crown the head to the tailbone, right within you, around you. It's that one thing that comes and goes but never leaves. And that's the beauty of the breath, of love, of consciousness, of yoga, right? It comes and goes but never leaves. Slowly, slowly rock our head side to side. Slowly, slowly twinkle the fingers. Slowly, slowly rock out through the feet. Oh, start to bring the soles of the feet towards the floor. Draw your hands up over your head. Stretch back, reach back to the shoulders. Drop the knees side to side. And when you're ready, come up with helping hands on left or right side. And make your way to a comfortable seated position. And remember, with the seated position, heels underneath knees, this is the way to start. If you've never experienced meditation, trust me when I tell you it's going to happen here first. Then, right, if you feel like it, go to heel. But it's the same thing. It's stability, right? Allow yourself to be stable. No knees lifting, right? No tension in your body. If anything of that is going on, just take a bolster and slide it underneath your hips, right? Get as comfortable as you can be. Good. Now from here, just slowly bring your hands together and start to create some energy. Start at the base of the spine and move your way up to the crown of the head. And as we do this, remembering that we're actually massaging through the vertebrae, right? So we're massaging through the vertebrae. And I want you to imagine as if you had vertebrae by vertebrae, your spine in your hands as you're going up and as you're going down. Right? You're moving through each and every vertebra, right? And you'll notice it when you get to a certain section, right? Just like the Reiki, just like self-healing, right? Healing hands, Reiki hands, the whole notion of that energy going to that point, because your energy always follows your awareness. Energy always follows awareness. That's why anger is such a dangerous quality, right? Because anger doesn't know where it's going. Right? It's just angry. It only has one direction, out. But with healing, with love, right, it takes a lot of time to start to focus that energy. One of the things Jamie always says to me is that your focus needs more focus. And I love that line because that line really brings you back. Your awareness needs more awareness. Okay. So it's not this problem or that problem. The problem may just be with the mechanism itself. And so what determines it all is our spine. So by doing this movement up and down, as we get that friction going, as we get that feeling going, we really get to work with sort of the voodoo or the energy or the mysticism or the phenomena, right, of self-healing. Right? Find that guiding principle of light, of love, right, of learning, right? No right, no wrong. Just being and breathing. That's our ultimate freedom, right? The trees don't run away from the axe. That was one of the beautiful spiritual teachings by Rumi. You know, the tree doesn't move when the axeman approaches, right? There's no fear, right, of being cut down. But for humans, we live in that fear. Even if there's no axeman near us, if we're the tree and fear is the axe, and we fear that axe somewhere all the time. Right, that anxiety, that stress, right, that really, really creates a lot of cortisol in the body, creates a lot of discomfort and ultimately disease. So we want to free ourselves of that dissonance, and we're going to do that by being at ease. Slowly relax the hands now. Feel that pulse, right, from your heart to your hands, from your hands back to your heart. Each of us in our own places, our own homes, are feeling this space. Whether we feel something or nothing, we're all feeling at the exact same time. And so what we want to feel now is a little bit more intentional. We want to feel for each of us. So by feeling for yourself right now, you are ultimately feeling for each of us. And each of us are feeling for you by feeling for ourselves. We are connected, selflessly devoted to ourselves. And let's chant one mantra Om to slowly, slowly seal this energy, share this energy, and close our practice. Deep breath in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. In our hearts, in our lives, and everything that we see, are, and be. The divine in me sees and shares the divine in you. In love, with love, through love. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Namaste. Namaste.